Hi guys. So I have been going through some bull. And I went through a lot in my lifetime. Especially this past year, but definitely more of the uckery is going on. People continually using me, slandering me, making me feel less than, not good enough, and there's just so much disappointment all around. And though, of course, you're fully capable, there is never a time for revenge. You leave that up to God and karma and all that. That's not you. That's not me. Because when you do that, you shackle yourself to that moment of others' disrespect for you. That is the moment you give your power away. When people take advantage of you, you can and must find a way to heal through that. You are not that. You are a human being like them. Because what does the revenge even accomplish? An empty win. A small empty win in this full line of life. You have to really accept that the beauty and creativity in darkness. Destruction is creation. And when somebody hurts you, your higher self allowed that. And why? Because your higher self needed to utilize those people and situations to bring forth a circumstance. People are sent into your life as a lesson. And you have to stop focusing on the messenger, on their identity. They are nothing more than a tool to help you realize things about yourself, your journey. And through that understanding, through that perception, you become empowered. But also don't allow your acceptance to blind yourself of the truth. It is important for you to be aware. You must examine where your conversation with yourself or lack of, and you need to ask yourself, what is this trying to communicate to me? And then recognize what step of the process you're in. Because we all need balance. And my big issue is an overgrowth of my heart. I can't stop caring about people. I can't. I can't. But you can't just live in this linear life. Because unless you conform to other people, you're made to feel rejected. And why are we so afraid of a sense of rejection? To comply with others' standards? You weren't created to comply with anyone. You're here to learn and to question. And they can question you all they want, but you need to stick to your curiosity for life itself, your connection with others. It's important to understand how much of your life is made by exploration and risks. Because it's like, what are you trying to escape? Your own growth? Usually. These project people, you want to save. And if you're a healer, you're only here to heal yourself. You can assist and facilitate others' healing, but without others' permission, you can't. And it's just like a doctor. They can facilitate healing, But they can't make you heal. You can bring the horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Because if we perpetuate the condition, there's nothing to be done. We cause it ourselves. And it's like these little animals, right? These other people. They're like trying to take you out of your own waters. And you're like lying there, dried up on a riverbed, right? Just like on your back in your turtle shell, or, you know. And these people and situations that have used you, that you've allowed yourself to get dried up. It was like, was your higher self trying to encourage you to flow where the water was going? And you're like, no, I'm good right here. And your higher self was like, no, we need you to go downriver more. And you're like, no, I know better. I've done the work, I'm woke, I meditate, and I do what I'm supposed to do. I know this, I know that, and look what happens. You don't want to listen to yourself. Is this someone else's fault? No. Did someone sabotage you, or did you sabotage yourself? And that's one thing I always learned, that it's just like, well, other people are not going to be what you need. You can't just keep giving and giving and giving. Though I don't expect out of it, I just, like, thanks, at least, you know, just that. I think most women are like that. We just feel completely unappreciated. And some people will just go above and beyond, and I'm one of those people, unfortunately, and I will just, like, kill myself for others, and they wouldn't even take a second to even look at me, kind of thing. Because you allow your ego to convince you that you just know more than your own higher self. And it's a deep lesson. And then so you're laying there drying up of all your liquid energy, and you're probably going to feel all these cracks in your spiritual skin. And you're probably going to feel really, really raw as the sun, the heat of the light of your truth, and the realization of the gravity of your own co-created struggle that's probably going to hurt, is going to leave you feeling very vulnerable, very exposed, and it's a painful process. And I tell you, speaking from much experience, because I do this a lot. And people ask, how did you get to your level of awareness? And it's like, I did this stuff. I have been through it. We've all been through it. The good guy or the bad guy in the story, but really it doesn't even like work like that, because there's this person's and this person's perspective. It's all a mess. After a certain point, though, your soul will not just let you dry out and leave you to dry out like this and just be gasping for air. And at some point, your soul will get so sick of your own shit, will start dragging you by your hair through the dry riverbed. Because as much as your soul is going to let you feel the suffering that comes hand in hand with your refusal to listen to your higher self, what is happening is your soul doesn't want you to just stay there and suffer needlessly, so it will drag you. And you'll probably hurt more, but that dragging is not a punishment. The dragging is to take you back to your water. So you can fight and deny and sit in that drying riverbed, and then you can be pissed off and say that you're being violated for being dragged, but at the end of the day, your soul brings you back to the water. And then when that happens, you'll understand you survived, and you'll understand, and that struggle was unnecessary. It is unnecessary. If you would just listen, which I'm not good at, I'm stubborn, you wouldn't have to experience that. But some of us learn better when we experience firsthand. And, don't be mad that you're experiencing it, because that's what you chose. And if you're one of those people who's stubborn like me, I'm one of those people. That's what I choose for a lesson. I somehow always choose the most difficult way to learn that lesson. That's me. And so now, I'm no longer pissed at my higher self. It's just like, okay, girl, do you want to get dragged? Well, no. Well, then listen. Listen to what your soul is telling you. So you have to listen, okay? We go through seasons. So sometimes a riverbed will be more full of water. And it'll also dry up. And then the riverbed will rise. And we can see it as seasons, cycles. We have a winter, and all the water and the moisture gets locked up. And then we enter into a phase where we're just locked up in ourselves. And then spring comes. And the light of our truth, the sun, our internal sun, starts to thaw our emotional winter. More of that fluid, those emotions, more of that is allowed to be released and become a dynamic, energetic flow again. So we have an excess of water. This is a period where we can really use this energy to create quite a bit of beauty in our lives. And it depends, how are you going to use this water? How are you going to harness it? Are you going to go ahead and build yourself this hydro dam so you could use it, or are you just going to create blockages? Are you going to allow the flow of this energetic river push the paddles of the wheel that generates the electricity, and you can store that without creating blockages? Or are you just going to be like, the water's always going to be here, and you watch it dry up through the summer months in the heat of your learning? Are you going to be mad that it starts to dry up? I mean, you need to know when and how to utilize this energy, and there's no specific way for you to do this. This is something you're going to have to work with your higher self to understand and know and flow of your process. Because the success of hope, things that seem completely impossible, are all that much more precious for their unlikelihood. These are reminders of divine power, the triumph of hope, of winning against all odds. Because if you remember, life still thrives in the desert. So don't give up. Hope is about believing in the inevitable, the inevitability of your beautiful destiny. Never let others take you down, criticize, berate, use you. Stand in your truth. Stand up for what you believe in. Because enlightenment is a process, not a place. Just you have to learn the lessons of first grade to graduate to second, and so on. Learning is a lifelong process. The scariest thing you could ever do is think you know everything. Not only is it impossible, but you close yourself off from learning more. Nyssatwoscoops for all my tea community. New advancements. Check out the description box below. Updates to come. If you're new, Please subscribe. If you're coming back, awesome. Hello, I love you. All you awesome people. And I'll see you around.